Ransomware is a threat that has evolved significantly since the WannaCry attack of 2017. I'm Yvette Essen for CyberCube, and I'm joined by Nick Beecroft, Client Services Manager for CyberCube, to talk about ransomware, in particular relating to the Travelex attack. So first of all, can you explain to me what's different about the recent Travelex attack?
Travelex has suffered a ransomware attack which has really two distinctive features about it. The first is the scale of ambition shown by the attackers. They've demanded a ransom of $6 million, which is a really significant increase compared to most ransomware campaigns that we've seen in the past. We think this is likely an indicator of the increased aggression that we're likely to see by ransomware groups, particularly against large organizations going forward. And the second aspect is the depth of business interruption that Travelex has suffered. It has reached all of their operations all around the globe, and we're now almost 2 weeks after the attack, and the business is still suffering a really significant global disruption. So it has also reached deep into Travelex's business and has forced them into an extended period of disruption.
Is the use of ransomware a growing trend? And if so, what's driving this?
We're seeing a real evolution, I would say, in the ransomware threat. So whilst the actual number of attacks has been seen to decline over the last couple of years, what we have seen is those threat actor groups conducting the campaigns adjust their business model such that they can extract greater value from smaller number of attacks. So there are some very sophisticated and very aggressive organized criminal groups now conducting quite carefully targeted ransomware attacks, which have moved away from the traditional high volume, low value approach into one which is much lower volume but higher value in terms of the outcomes that the attackers are looking for. And this is particularly significant for large businesses. We're seeing ransomware groups increasingly studying potential targets to assess vulnerabilities and designing attacks that can reach into supply chains to reach a large number of businesses in order to extract much higher ransom from them. So I would say that whilst the volume of attacks may not be increasing, the aggression of the attackers and the value of impact to businesses is increasing.
What does this mean for businesses trying to manage their cyber risk?
Well, it's a reminder of some of the key lessons that we've learned through previous attacks. The first is that cyber risk truly is a strategic issue for every business. It is not a technology problem that can be confined to a specialist team. It is a risk exposure at the strategic level which can impact an entire business across all of its operations. And so cyber risk really needs to be incorporated at the strategic level into enterprise level risk management. And the second one is a real emphasis on resilience. No business, no matter how well defended, can ever assume that they can make themselves immune to cyber attack. The complexity of their digital operations and the continuing innovation of attack groups means that businesses of all types increasingly need to be able to operate through and recover from an attack. So that's emphasizing resilience and not simply rely on a perimeter defense to try to keep attackers out. So it's a real emphasis on strategic considerations, embedding cyber risk management throughout an organization, and emphasizing resilience, not simply defense.
What is CyberCube doing in response to events such as Travelex?
We're helping insurers to assess two key things. The first is, how is the ransomware threat evolving? So we really try to take a forward-looking view of risk and help insurers to anticipate how attackers are evolving their techniques in order to create widespread impact. So we are really at the forefront of investing in research and development to understand how threats are evolving and what that means for large-scale attacks in particular. And the second thing we're doing is that we are harnessing a wide array of data and expertise, both internally and with partners, to really try to create sophisticated tools that can help insurers reduce the uncertainty exposed with these very large and very complex risk exposures, such as we're seeing with the evolution of ransomware. So I would say the key thing that we're doing is we're helping insurers to reduce their uncertainty and to create a more sustainable basis for innovating and creating new solutions to cyber risk.
Nick has published a blog on ransomware trends, and that can be found on CyberCube's website, cybercube.com. For CyberCube, I'm Yvette Essen.